What can you learn in the next 21 minutes? That's what we're here to find out. Hi, I'm Kiki L'Italien, and I'm here with the Association Chat 21 in 21 Talks. The 21 in 21 Talks are where invited speakers share their 21-minute talks about all kinds of topics. We're talking about everything from beer brewing to building a business. And this series consists of people like you, people who are sharing 21 talks, 21 minutes long. Each talk is 21 minutes long, and they're all taking place in 2021. It's really something. I'm really, really impressed by the way that these talks have been rolling out. I love each and every one of them. And speakers have the ability to choose. They're able to choose their format. They're able to choose if they use slides or don't. All they have to do is, speak for 21 minutes about something that they're passionate about. All of these talks can be watched live or as replays on the Association Chat YouTube channel. And if you think, wow, Kiki, I don't know what to say. Association Chat, it does so many amazing things. I want to support it. You know what? I do too. I want you to support it too. So go check out Association Chat on patreon.com/Association Chat, all one word. And with that, let me introduce you to this special 21 in 21 talk where we feature Linda Guild. Now, Linda is an association executive with 20 years of experience. She believes that in the power of connections. I can get it out. I believe in the power of connections too. She founded a startup in an established environment and under the umbrella of the Guild Associates. And she's bringing her knowledge of associations to the talented alliance of part-time professionals. Today, Linda is going to share with us the power of part-time, why engaging part-time employees can add value to your team. Linda, take it away.
Hi, Kiki. Thank you so much for including me in 20 and 21. I'm really excited to be here today to talk to you about tapping into the power of part-time. I am Linda Guild. I am the CEO of the Guild Associates. As Kiki mentioned, the Guild Associates is an established company. It was founded in 1932 by my grandfather. So I have spent the majority of my career around and in associations. As many of you know, associations do a myriad of activities for the public and for their members. They range from doing meetings, doing large conferences, putting out newsletters, journals, accreditations such as a CPA or a CFA. They also work similarly to any business. They have to obey the laws of the Commonwealth, do tax filings, they have payroll, etc., which means that their staff wear many hats, especially a small organization. And sometimes finding a person that can do everything from posting on social media to working with members to attending meetings, as well as accounting, can feel like having a needle in a haystack. So in the chat, if you work in a small association or work in a small company and have ever felt that finding that person that can do a number of different things, say yes in the chat. So, as I said, we are a small company, and over the years, we've had a lot of different groups. At one point in time, we were running a number of different associations, many of them local to the Boston area, and we had anywhere from 75 to 80 in-person meetings with attendance that range from probably 40 attendees to as many as 1,000 with multiple breakout sessions, etc. And at times it felt like our team was stretched a little bit thin, but not so thin that I would consider hiring someone full-time. We just didn't have that kind of need. So we started to look at a couple of different ways to fill those gaps. We looked at, potentially bringing in a temporary employee, but I realized that I had friends who were stay-at-home moms. And these friends had previously worked in different types of companies. They had gone to college, they were well educated, and they were at a point that although they loved staying home with their kids, they wanted a little bit more. They wanted to use their brain. And lucky for me, I was able to tap into that brain power and bring them on in different times into our team. Now, I hadn't, when I started doing this, really kind of stopped and done an assessment that said, here's what my company needs. Here are the gaps. I really brought them in and had a conversation and said, here are some things that maybe you could help me with. And then we set up a schedule. I've gotten a lot wiser as I've gotten older and managed more people and now do this a little bit more strategically. But with my friends, and a couple in particular, one of whom was Karen, Karen actually referred me to her neighbors who are stay-at-home moms. And two of her neighbors worked for me at different times when they needed something and we needed something. It was a great relationship. So I was creating a relationship. I was tapping into their knowledge and filling some gaps in our company. And Karen happened to do some of her work from home, whereas her friend Janice would come into the office and use our systems. She wanted a little bit more of that social environment. But what I also realized with this is when Karen and Janice talked to me, they told me that they had other friends that wanted something similar. They wanted an environment where they could go and use their brain, that they could work part-time, that they could have a flexible schedule, that they could use some of their skills, but they really didn't know where to find it. Conversely, when I talked to some other small businesses, I realized that small business had some of those same needs. They also had gaps in their staffing. They had times when they had more projects than they could handle. And those of you in the association world, I'm sure you could chime in and talk about a time when an additional project was put on your plate, but nothing was removed. I think those things happen more frequently than we would like. And so I started looking around a little bit and realized there wasn't an association for part-time. And after a couple of years and talking with my team, we decided to create the Talented Alliance of Part-Time Professionals so that there would be resources for both the individual and the company. And one of the team members that I had was someone named Erica. Now, Erica was hired by us back right when she first got out of college. When she interviewed with me, I learned that she really loved accounting. At the time, having someone dedicated to accounting wasn't part of our scope. We really didn't have enough accounting work for someone full time. And I actually hadn't really considered even having one of my staff members be responsible for it. But when I brought Eric on board, I realized I had an opportunity for her to learn what she needed about accounting and for me to have someone that loved it. Unfortunately, she was full-time and we didn't have full-time hours in the accounting. So she stayed with us about a year. And then she went and worked for a CPA so she could continue to work on accounting, which she loved. Over the next 5 or 6 years, she went and she got her MBA, earned her MBA. She also got married and had a child. And she and I kept in touch. And I learned that she wanted to work part-time. Now, this time I was a lot more strategic in how I thought about part-time. I thought about the fact that accounting was an area that having someone that loved it would be great for our team. And Erica in particular, because she has a terrific personality, great customer service, good communication skills, and loves accounting. She needed flexibility. She needed benefits, both of which we set up to give her. So she earned paid time off. She got insurance through the company, And she worked 20 hours a week and was able to provide us with a schedule. Every 2 or 3 weeks, she would tell us what her schedule was. The thing that was really great with Erica and great to have had in this role and for the experience for us was she was really good about communication. So sometimes she might work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, say leave at 2 o'clock on Thursday and not come in until the following Tuesday at say 10 o'clock. The first thing she'd do when she'd come in is check with her teammates and ask, what did I miss? What are the priorities? How is there anything that you all need help with that I can help you on? And what was great about that is that we didn't have to be as proactive with her to make sure that she was included. We did, however, make sure that we always scheduled our staff meetings when she was available. And we did that for a number of reasons, one of which, when you're running 7 or 8 different associations, there's a lot of moving parts. It helped her to understand, when did we have board meetings? When were financials due? What deadlines were happening around her so that she could plan some of her time. She also was such a team player that she would attend one of our luncheons for one of our clients a month. She might answer the phones, and because she was up to date on what was going on, she could have those conversations with the members and interact with them. And I feel that, she really invested in being a part of this company. And I feel like we created that long-term relationship with her, which was so valuable. And I think it was a benefit to both of us. And we really tapped into her power and her knowledge. So she stayed with us about 5 years, and then again needed a full-time position. And we still didn't have full-time hours for accounting. So unfortunately had to watch her leave and continue to be a valuable employee somewhere else. And through the experience with Erica, I think it really has driven home to us how important it is that if you're going to have a part-time employee, and now part-time can be anywhere under 32 hours, that if you invest in them, make them feel part of the team, it's going to pay you dividends. And for me, the difference between part-time and full-time employee really should be more about the number of hours they work rather than how dedicated they are or what they've accomplished. Because oftentimes they come in so focused, they have fewer hours to get things done. They're less apt to be chit-chatty or waste time, whether it's at home, working remotely these days through COVID, or, coming in and working in an office. And we definitely saw that with Erica. And right now, I think as we look ahead a little bit, this is a great time to be thinking about tapping into the power of part-time as we're transitioning hopefully into post-COVID, where the work world's continuously evolving. I think that some of the people that have chosen, have been working from home, may want to continue that, or they may want reduced hours. And there's such a brain trust of people there. So, and there's almost 17 million Americans that choose to work part-time. And they range from being a student to a stay-at-home mom or dad, or someone that is caring for an elderly parent or someone else, as well as we also have the individuals that are hitting retirement age, and they don't want to completely retire. They want to be involved. They want to be engaged. And for whether it's an association or a company, it's such an opportunity to find that individual that wants to be there. And for us, one of the things when we're hiring that we do is we require a cover letter. And we had a situation several years ago. We were looking for an administrative assistant, and our descriptions probably are kind of looking for a needle in a haystack. And Isabella applied. Now, Isabella used her cover letter to her advantage. And what was great about her cover letter is she talked about the different aspects of the position that she was really interested in. She was interested in learning more about nonprofits. She was interested more in figuring out, how to run an event. But she also used her cover letter to tell me that she was a student and she couldn't work full time, but that she was interested. And I don't know about you, but having someone that's that interested in a position is absolutely worth having an interview with. And lucky for me, Isabella was terrific. So we hired her. We also did hire that full-time person that we still needed. And Isabella joined our team and worked for us for, part-time for, I think, about a year and a half. She graduated from college, left the area. We weren't at that time really structured to keep someone on remotely. She chose to move to a different area. Probably 4 or 5 years later, she came back and worked for us again as she was doing some transitioning. And about 2 months ago, she rejoined my team once again, working part-time. And with Isabella, and one of the things that I've learned through both the experience with Isabella and with Erica is by maintaining really great relationships, that understanding where their strengths are, what you're needing, you can tap into the power that they're bringing to the table and the skills. And for us with Isabella this time, we're still learning all the things that she's learned in the years that she worked somewhere else. So she has experiences that when we talk and we're brainstorming about a project or something, she's working on tap. So she has the great experience of being someone that works part-time, working on an organization for part-time. We're able to learn what she needs, what her experience has been, what she's seen in other industries. She's worked in real estate. And so as we've done some of this process of working with part-time, we still have our full-time staff, and we really think it's an interesting balance. The thing that for us is so valuable and important is great communication, learning who has really good skills in what areas, because as I started at the beginning, there's always going to be something that your team member is capable of doing but really doesn't like. And sometimes it's not as obvious what they don't enjoy, but hiring someone part-time can give you the ability to find the person that loves X, whether, as in Erica's case, it's accounting. Isabella seems to love some research and writing. What can you tap into? Where can you enhance your team and fill the little gaps that may occur, whether it's through too many projects, not enough time, or specific skill areas. It can be also another way to retain someone if someone's going out, for example, on maternity leave and only wants to come back part-time. It's a way for you to leverage them, to have them still be part of your team, invest in them, show that you value by tapping into their power. So what I'm going to leave you with is if you want to learn more about part-time or have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I know that some links have popped up while I've been speaking. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram. We really want to hear what others are doing around part-time, where there are needs, how we can help you with resources, and how you can tap into the power of part-time, because there's some fabulous people out there and such a brain trust. So thank you so much.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Linda Guild. Oh, I can't believe I mispronounced your name. Linda Guild, thank you so much for doing such a wonderful job and sharing with all of us how we need to think about the power of part-time. I hope for all of you that you have learned a lot. You're now 21 minutes more enlightened about the power of part-time. What are you going to do with that knowledge? That is up to you. But one thing I hope that you'll do, being in the world of association chat, is beyond these 21 minutes, continue to ask questions, to learn every day. Because why? Because as Joseph Campbell once said, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Have a great rest of the week, everyone.